both of them. They're both 0-2, and right now these guys want to get it going because you know what? They want to get that one victory notch on their records.
And so Valpo in gold, Ole Miss in white. A pretty good run last year before losing in the first round. 2 years ago, blown out by Arizona. And inside, Tony Vilšinskis from Lithuania. That's the first points of the game.
Making sure how this game is going to be played, especially by the big guys inside.
And there's Ole Miss on the board as Keith Carter knocks down a three. Carter, a 35% shooter from the arc. Bryce Drew hasn't been able to do anything. Jason Flanagan in the game. Backup guard. Now Drew gets free and buries it. So there's what Bryce Drew can do if you don't track him. Sought after. And his final decision came down to Notre Dame in Valparaiso. Ansu Cisse on the board for Ole Miss.
See, Ole Miss is getting an opportunity right now to figure out the Valpo defense. On the defense that they're playing right now, simply because there's a lot of people open and ball movement is good.
Whew, boy, is that a tough shot. Carter hit that one off the dribble with Jamie Sykes of Valpo right in his face. Shot clock running out, so Nunes has to fire. And hits it, the freshman, Jared Nunes.
That was one heck of a three-point shot that he took right there, even though right now Ole Miss is getting a lot of good looks at the basket.
Well, there's a good one from Michael White.
Valparaiso right now has the defense kit packed on back.
Well, yesterday was a great first day for the tournament. A ton of upsets, great performances by the lower seeds. And there's Vilšinskis backing in for Valpo.
That's what happens when you're real big right there, too.
And now Darby goes up off the wing and hits a three.
Yeah, if Jozan gets it going, it's going to be very, very tough because this guy can score in buckets.
And the two free throws pull Valpo within 5. Now Smith off the baseline. Jason Smith.
The only problem right now is that
Jamie Sykes gets the inbounds, and that's a 4-point trip down the floor for Valpo.
Well, they need more plays from out of bounds because that's going to...
Oh, look at that great play. Carter and Cisse, and they made eye contact, and you could see that coming. It's actually tell them apart somehow, although I don't know how, as they just peaked with 1 second on the shot clock. Ole Miss fell asleep on defense.
Jozan takes it up real quick.
Cisse, the left-handed smooth man in the lane. Gets the two right back from Ole Miss. Oh, Valparaiso, the 13th seed in gold, and their outstanding guard. Their leading scorer in school history, Bryce Drew, just hitting a 2-point jump shot.
It's taking them a little while, but they're getting comfortable right now with that Ole Miss pressure.
And now Ansu Cisse says, all right, Valpo's big man's going to do it. I'm big going to do it for Ole Miss. That 2-on-1 does not work.
They have an opportunity to get the basketball in there.
And Jenkins now finishes the great pass from Bryce Drew.
Valpo's starting to figure it out.
The Rebels fired up. Keith Carter. Well, Keith Carter's been their best offense in the first half, 11 points.
Now, there's a guy that can play.
To BC last year, just 1 so far in the first half, but there's another great assist, his 5th of the first half, as he sets up Viskovic. Block is Cantrell. Look at Jason Smith. Sky for the rebound. And Carter buries another three.
Thank you, Jason Smith. I mean, this guy is on the board. He's a
Well, Carter with 17 in the first half. Nunes. Oh, has he been a lift for Valpo off the bench? That's 8 points. Look at Jason Smith. He's been a monster on the boards for the Rebels. And finishes.
And that's where he's strongest. Valpo right now is sitting back in the zone, and they're letting Ole Miss move the basketball around the perimeter and leaving.
Now, the last shot by Drew. Knocks it down for 2. And that's how the half comes to an end here in Oklahoma City.
This Valpo basketball team.
Inside Viskovic, the little floater, and here's Valpo within 2.
They're finding their range right now. Right now, Valpo going to the 2-2-1 zone.
Cisse, and here's a steal, and out with the ball is Jenkins.
Good applied pressure right there.
Drew is open. Bryce Drew knocks down the 3, and Valparaiso leads here in the first minute of play in the second half.
And you can see how comfortable they are right now as the level of defensive intensity has dropped off for Ole Miss.
Wow, 9 straight points for Valpo. Now Jozan Darby in the game for Ole Miss. So Darby trying to give him some offense off the bench and does just that. Buries the 3.
Jozan Darby always comes off the bench with his eye on one thing, on that orange that's right in front of him.
Quiet today, just 6 points.
And he hasn't had an opportunity to touch the basketball.
Well, Valpo just didn't even bother to guard Cantrell. Second straight trip down the floor, and he burned it.
Now by Sykes.
And Bryce Drew back in the passing lane. That's the second steal he's had like that. Now down the lane. May have gotten away with an extra step and made a beautiful floater.
That was a sweet one-on-one move right there.
He has thought about that shot. About 27 feet.
He's thinking about a one-on-one play.
Well, that's a little better. Another great assist to Viskovic. I'll tell you the thing about Bryce Drew that's so impressive today, it's not just the scoring, it's the assist work. As Carter gets it to go. His first points of the second half.
Strong move along the baseline. Just all those skills that he had, he's using them right there. But he's off balance right now. He's not sure how to react against this Valpo defense.
Boy, there's an open three, and Darby knocks it down. Well, Jozon Darby does have a slight hamstring problem that they told us would. Homer Drew said might affect his left-handed. Jared Nunes takes it to the basket.
He's taking up some offensive opportunity right here. Also, it's kind of clear right there, too. Only not very much contact right there to make a call.
And Jenkins finishes another Bryce Drew assist.
And you can see now how much attention Bryce Drew brings. Not as intense so far right now.
And a nice bank shot. Viskovic has 15 points.
Basketball is a position from which he can get an opportunity to score.
He takes it himself, and the great dish. Well, he drew the defense and gave it to Boone.
Those are the kind of plays Ansu's going to have to start making. He realizes the defense is keying on him.
Led by 4 at the half. They lead by 1 now. Muscling in, Bill Jenkins.
Well, utilizing that strength that he has right then. Also understanding that he had Cisse on him, who doesn't want to foul at first against the pressure, but now these guys are putting it on in.
Drew hits the 3. Bryce Drew with 17. And now Valpo has its biggest lead, 20. Valpo by 4, sitting in a zone. Raheem Lockhart on the floor now for Ole Miss. Flanagan up top. There's a big one for the Rebels. Cisse forcing it, gets it back and finishes. First points of the second half for Cisse. But the effort he's had to put out in this game.
Well, he's going to need a little bit of help.
Carter. That's what Ole Miss needs. Carter, 22 points. Under 4 minutes to play. 1-point game. And there's one. Sykes, just his second field goal for the senior.
The goal line area is open. One of the big guys has to get there to be able to get this ball moving, because other than that, they're all on the perimeter.
It's Sykes open. In and out. With the rebound, Valpo. Nunes. Incredible run here by Valpo as Flanagan goes baseline. Doesn't get it. And the rebound to Valparaiso. And the Crusaders will have a last shot. Bryce Drew bringing it up. Drew for 3. No! Cisse for Ole Miss, and he's fouled.
Viskovic gets it back and has a clear look at the hoop and can't put it down.
Well, it's not done yet. Cisse misses the first one. 4.1 remaining. It is no good, but Carter tips the rebound out of bounds. It'll be Valpo, but they lose a valuable second and a half. Sykes, Carter pressuring. It's to Jenkins, the Drew for the win. Good! He did it! Bryce Drew did it! Valpo has won the game! A miracle! An absolute miracle! Bryce Drew has done it for Valparaiso!